The Bakersfield Sikh community and other faith leaders are joining forces to call attention to recent hate crimes. The Young Progressive Coalition and Faith in the Valley, along with Guru Angad Dabar, began a news conference about an hour ago to address the incidents. Most recently, we brought you the story of Balmeet Singh, who says he was assaulted by a stranger outside Habit Burger on California Avenue last month. Singh says the man shouted racial slurs and then threw a soda at him. Organizers of today's news conference say these incidents are commonplace, but they are seldom reported. We'll have more from the news conference tonight on 17 News at 11. The Bakersfield Sikh community and other faith leaders came together this evening to call attention to recent hate crimes. The community was invited to take part in a service at the Sikh Gurdwara. We recently brought you the story of Balmeet Singh, who says he was assaulted by a stranger outside the Habit Burger on California Avenue last month. Singh says the man shouted racial slurs and threw a soda at him. Organizers say these incidents are commonplace but are seldom reported.
What we did was we stood in solidarity with Balmeet, and we talked about what this community needs to do in order to stand together against hate, and what we need to do in order to make sure those people who are perpetrating hate against whoever it is in our community, they're being held accountable by the law, and that we are reporting these incidences as they happen.
After the service, everyone in attendance enjoyed refreshments and talked openly about the need to change the way some people think.
Community and religious leaders joined forces this evening to denounce an incident that police are investigating as a hate crime.
The victim is a member of the Sikh faith. Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar is here now with more on what's behind this. Jose?
Rochelle, this involves a man born in Ohio and raised in Kern County. He also wears a turban and is a member of the Sikh faith. And for that, he says, he was subjected to racial slurs, was doused with a drink, and accused of being a terrorist. Perhaps worst of all, no one came to his defense. The Sikh temple on Stein Road was filled with worshippers and others who came here to support Balmeet Singh, who was the victim of an alleged hate crime recently.
My attacker didn't just attack me as an individual.
Police say the incident happened outside near the Habit restaurant on California Avenue. An unidentified man reportedly went up to Singh, started yelling at him that Singh was going to blow up the country, threatened to kill him, and began yelling racial slurs. Singh says the man threw a cup filled with soda at him, all in plain sight of others.
Not a single person came up to me, and not a single person said anything at all.
Wednesday evening, plenty of others were speaking up denouncing what happened.
Too many of these incidences go unreported, and I think the fact that not only are we reporting this, but we're highlighting it, brings awareness and education around the issue, because as we said in there, we are not going to be able to face hate with hate. We have to face hate with love.
Police are investigating the case and were able to identify a person of interest.
We were able to identify that person, go and speak with him. You know, he did admit that he was there and had some involvement, but his story and that of the victim were a little bit different.
It was a wake-up call for me. It was a wake-up call for the work that we need to do as a community. It was a wake-up call for who we need to be as better Bakersfieldians.
Do you forgive him?
I forgive those who seek forgiveness.
Speakers urge victims of hate crimes to report it to the police. The suspect in this case is facing charges of battery, making criminal threats, and a hate crime. The district attorney's office is reviewing the case for possible prosecution.
Hundreds filled a Sikh temple in Bakersfield less than a week after one of their very own was attacked. As 23 ABC News first told you earlier this week, a Sikh man was eating at a restaurant when he stepped outside to make a phone call. And while he was outside of the restaurant, he says a man started yelling at him and threw a soda at his face. And because of the attack, he and other community leaders got together as a sign of solidarity against these types of crimes.
We can meet hatred with love and understanding and educate them, because education is our best tool to ensure that this does not happen again.
Many who were there were entering a Sikh temple for the very first time, learning a way of worship different than their own. During the show of solidarity, community leaders asked people to be more understanding and to speak up if they see someone being attacked or humiliated for their race or their beliefs.